Hey everyone, my name is Leon Raum and Akai got in touch and sent over the Akai Key 61 and looked interesting, having standalone mode, not needing a DAW, and I wanted to check out the workflow and show you how I produce a track. Alright, so here we are with the MPC Key 61. First I'm going to break down the sections, what everything is basically, and compare it a little bit to a DAW. So obviously this is the keyboard, which has a nice feel to it. Then here is a nice responsive display where you can have multi-touch and basically have a built-in DAW. Here are some shortcuts, some hotkeys for moving around in the DAW. And here we got the performance pads and a touch strip for applying effects. And here like the general overlay. Gonna start by showing you like a finished loop sequence. Yeah, I'm just gonna play it and solo through the different tracks so you can see a little bit about the details. So the first track is a drum sample loop. And here you can see where the sample is played. There's different methods of working with samples, like MPC and Akai. They have really nice workflows for stuff like that. And there's some tuning going on, some automations. Also some FX you can apply. Flavors, just a little bit of saturation, and reverb explains itself. Go to the next. It's also a drum loop, a little bit more groove focused. Here you got the different pads that are used. Let's go to the next track. That's a drum group, which is a preset inside. It's the Vintage Kit 909. I like the drum groups that are sample based. There's also plugins that can be used for drums, but I don't like them for drums so much because they are harder to mix and insert on a single pad basis, so I prefer using the sample drum groups. And there's this basic pad, which is, if I recall correctly, yeah, being sidechained. The mother ducker, which I really like, is the MPC version of a sidechain compressor. So when I come back in with the whole track, you can see the duck is ducking whenever the kick hits. Here you see the input. Yeah, and that concludes the first track. Next is this one, where I played around with the saturation and compression possibilities that are in standalone mode a little bit more. I'm gonna go over it the same way I did with the last track. Tracks. this is a drum sample again. Which is chopped up in different ways. Also some tuning going on, if I hear correctly. But not on this basis. There's always different ways you can tune the drums here, you can tune the drums here on the sample base, and you can tune it on global mode, which controls the whole drum group. The effects. There's some nice saturation stuff, like old school MPC sounds. You can hear there's a lot of crackling going on, which sounds really nice. I can A/B it. Really subtle. Then there's different presets for all the effects, and then I modified them. Just puts it into the mix a little bit tighter. And this one is one way of saturating. There's also different presets, and you can also play around with these. There's different a lot of different ways to saturate. Really nice. Let's go to the next track. It's a classic house kit with a vocal sample as well. Not much to say about this. I think I just compressed it a little, but used it pretty much as is in the presets. There's a pad sound. Also not much going on. I think this one I edited. And there's different ways of editing them. And you can also apply these cue links to, if you put it on the project thing, you can project-wide apply cue links to different parameters and perform with them, which is really handy, and record also automation or overdub. This piano melody, which is a really distorted Rhodes preset with the decimator, which is pretty nice. A lot of the instruments also have these built-in effects in effect chains that you can edit via here. So there's all kinds of effects and fun to be had here. You can activate and deactivate those. Really nice. And then again, equalizer, overdrive, distortion. These effects, they are all built really simple. Not too much. And again, really nice filter. And we got the bass, also with the decimator. Oh no, in the Rhodes. Here. There's a decimator on here. Compressor, equalizer, and the mother ducker, which is the sidechain compressor I talked about earlier. Yeah. Alright, so that wraps up Housey Bowsy. And let's go into the last part. I prepared a project where I made keyboard splits for the different tracks. And I'm gonna lay down a quick beat so you can see a little bit of my workflow and how I work. So now I got drums here, a bass here in this range, a Rhodes here, and a pad up here. Let's start with the drums, 130 BPM. Yes. All right, let's lay down the pad. Next. That I have now, you can see all the instruments. Oh, these are all the MIDI notes that are in this one sequence, and now I have to make a track out of it. I have to copy it. And now we can go into mute groups. So here I can quickly mute all the pads, and let's start maybe with the drum sample and the pad. A little arrangement, and now if I want to play it back, I can just hit play and it's gonna play the whole arrangement. And this is now way longer, and there's automations that are applied here. Yeah, so that's it. Hope you liked it. If you have any questions, let me know, and see you soon.